I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back to my channel. Well, today we're going to make pork back ribs. And I found a good sale at Kroger. I bought 2 slabs. The first one today I'm going to do in the Instant Pot and then finish it in the oven with barbecue sauce. And the second one, I'm not sure if I'm going to just do it in the oven or Chinese style, or I haven't decided yet, or if my husband comes home he could grill them. But anyway, oh, and by the way, I might grill some chicken breast one day because that is like one of my favorite things to eat. You can eat it in a wrap. You can eat it with a salad. They're just so good, but you have to marinate it first. Anyway, so I hope this turns out well. I hope you enjoy the video, and let's have an adventurous Instant Pot video to make today. Let's get started. The ribs, I thought they looked pretty good, but I want you to see this one close up. It was like $5.49, so if I mess it up, I won't feel too guilty, but this is what they look like. I know you have to pull the membrane off of the back, so I'm trying to figure out, this one's not, it's clear, I'll have to, anyway, and this one's frozen. I wanted to just show you guys, this is the one I'm going to try in the next recipe. This one was $5.08. So let me put this one back in the freezer and then open this one, and I'm going to just season it with some Cajun seasoning today, and I am almost out of this one. I'm going to have to get me some more. This is my favorite. But you could make your own rub. You could buy a rub. But today I think I just want the Cajun seasoning. My barbecue sauce is going to add some sweetness and some tanginess. I like to mix my sauces, but I'll show you which ones I'm going to use. My Instant Pot didn't come with a cool rack with the handles. It only came with a rack that's about this big. I don't really know what that one's for. And then it came with the egg one. So I don't have one. So I just took this metal cake pan and I just cut it with scissors because it wouldn't fit in. And I just kind of bent it like this, and that way they'll be lifted up a little bit out of the liquid, because I don't want, you could let them sit in the liquid, but from everything I've seen, it's better to lift them up a little bit. And also, a lot of people use apple cider, apple juice. I might use chicken stock or water, because I don't see where the liquid's going to be actually flavoring the ribs. I mean, I guess with the steam and stuff, but anyway, but I am definitely going to season them before. So let me open them, and then it took me and Ella to get the membrane off. I'm sorry I didn't show it all. It was pretty difficult. We had never done it before, and I stabbed myself, but I'm not bleeding. But anyway, we had to find, it's very hard to find a really good sharp knife around here, but I used 2 knives, and then we just peeled a little bit back, and then we used the paper towel. Oh, first of all, I'm sorry. I dried them, and I wiped them with a wet paper towel to get the slime off of them. Not a lot of slime, but you know what I mean. They were just wet and slippery. So we got a little flap coming up, and then we took the paper towel and pulled the rest of the way. So we finally got it. It was pretty difficult, but we did it together. Took teamwork. And I'm going to just go ahead and, let me get rid of this. I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and season them. And I decided I'm just going to put a little chicken stock in my Instant Pot. And you could also put like some barbecue sauce in there. I'm just going to season it. I will be seasoning them again. What I should have done today, honestly, was season these in the morning. That's the best thing to do. This is just kind of a test recipe. We'll do a better job next time. I'm going to rub that in. I usually like a little sweetness. I could make my own rub, but I just decided just to do it this way today. These look pretty good. There's a little bit of fat right there, but I'm sure we'll cut that off. So just season it with your favorite seasonings. Make up your own. I like to season it pretty well. And usually I would marinate things. Oh, that was a lot. But I didn't today, so that's okay. So let's move the pot over. Let me rinse my hand. It's hard to cut the camera on and off when your hands are dirty. So I'm sorry about that. Now, let's move the pot over so you can see. I'm going to see how these fit in here. I hope you can see that. Let's see here. If I sound a little unsure, it's because I am. I'm just going to be honest. But I do know how to flavor food, and I'm pretty sure we can make it pretty delicious. I wonder if that's, I'm going to put a little water. And then we're going to see if they're going to fit in here. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Just kind of fit them around. I hope my rack's okay. I just, you know, I saw one of these, a silicone rack at Kohl's the other day, and I almost bought it, and I didn't. And now I'm like really mad that I didn't get it. But anyway, this worked out just great. And you can, all, you know, the tin can take the heat. I'm gonna raise my hand again. And you could put any kind of seasoning you want in the bottom. You know, whatever you like. The key is figuring out the right time. So I'm definitely going to cook it on high pressure. If I can get the lid on. Sometimes I can't.
Here.
Okay. So I'm going to do today, I'm going to press meat. And I'm going to do, I think I want to do 19 minutes. And then while this is cooking, I'm going to mix my barbecue sauces together. And anyway, let's just see if, first we have to see if this works out. But I'll be back. I just wanted to come back and show you that, well, I'm going to make this corn dish. But anyway, I've made a little bit of bacon in the pot. And I have a little bit of bacon fat in here. And then I've got this recipe from the Taste of Home magazine, but it calls for 2 kinds of bell pepper. It's not my favorite. I'm going to use red bell pepper, onion, and a little jalapeno I had left over that I need to use in the refrigerator. And we're going to add a couple of ingredients that we think that might make it good. It's going to be cheesy kind of. And I have some corn in the freezer that I need to use. But I turned my fire really down. Also, I wanted to tell you guys that this is the time I'm going to go ahead and turn my oven on. And I'm going to do it on convection. And I believe I'm going to do it at 425. And I think I'm going to take the, show you the kinds of barbecue sauce that I'm going to combine. And I believe I'm going to heat it up or mix it in a bowl. But let me show you the, here, let me show them here. This is one I found on sale, like for $1.99. These are good. They're a little bit vinegary. Is that a word? Yeah, vinegary. Mm-hmm. Anyway, tangy, very tangy. So I like to add a little sweetness. And these I found, Ellen and I were shopping one day and they were 49 cents a bottle. I should have bought a bunch, but I don't have storage. But this is sweet Vidalia onions, which it's really good. We've tried it. And I'm going to mix some of this with this. And we might add just a touch of hot sauce. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what we're going to use. And I was going to show you little bits and pieces of this corn recipe. It sounds really good.
Fiesta corn?
And I'm using frozen super sweet corn. It's got green chilies in it, a little cream cheese, half and half. And of course we're going to put cheddar in ours. But we went to my dad's for the 4th of July yesterday. And he barbecued. And he sent us home with some rice dressing. And I love his recipe. I also have a rice dressing video on my channel, and it's very delicious. If you haven't seen it, you might want to check it out. It's really good. So I'm going to cook this. The Instant Pot has 4 minutes, but I'm going to cook these down a little bit and then get my other ingredients out, wipe my stove, and I'll show you what's next. Corn, I've been needing to use this corn. I always buy the one that says super sweet. I'm obsessed with super sweet corn. But anyway, you want to add that now. I'm not going to make the whole recipe, so I'm kind of just throwing my ingredients in the pot. A little bit more. The recipe calls for 5 cups, and we'll never eat that amount. And I think I need a tiny bit more oil. I actually cooked bacon yesterday because I made a potato salad, which is another video that I have, but I'm going to redo that video because it's old and I didn't get a good thumbnail, and that is the best potato salad recipe. Every time I go somewhere, and I'm not bragging, I'm just saying the truth, everybody says that's the best potato salad they ever had. I found that recipe about before Ella was even born. Anyway, this is where this came from. This is when I made my bacon potato salad yesterday. I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry about that. So I'm going to cook this down. I want the corn to be pretty tender. I'm going to fry it up like this. And then I'm just going to add the, oh yeah, I'm going to add these. This is a half of a can of green chilies that I had in the freezer that I didn't use. So I'm going to throw these in here. And don't you think cheese would just go so well with green chilies? Anyway, there's my Instant Pot. So let me pause and I will be back. We want to use those barbecue sauces, so we put them in this pot and we're going to adjust the seasoning to our taste. We got a little garlic powder. She's adding a little crushed red pepper flakes.
Just a few to make it spicy.
And we may have to add a little bit of brown sugar because I used the tangy one. I just wanted to get rid of the bottom of my refrigerator. And whatever we have left over, I'm going to put it in a mason jar. We like to dip our chicken strips in barbecue sauce and stuff like that. And here's another. Oh, you need another bottle of this one?
I don't think we need another.
Okay. And the corn is coming along. I'm just cooking it low, and I added butter. I want it to be kind of tender. And the oven's heating. So that's where we are. We're going to let you guys know what's going on. And I'm going to bring you over to the corn. We're going to finish that up real quick. The corn has been cooking for a little while. I told you I added the butter. Now, what I forgot to add is about 2 teaspoons of sugar. So I'm just going to guess, and I'm going to throw just a little sugar on there. It doesn't matter. I like sweet corn. Well, I like really sweet corn, so I've never done that before, but I really want to try it this time. Something different. And I'm going to stir that in. I'm going to turn my fire up just a pinch. And it calls for cream cheese. Now, it calls for lots of cream cheese. I'm not going to put as much as it calls for because I want more cheddar cheese. So I love to buy this whipped cream cheese. That way you don't have to open up a brick. I'm going to just add, just kind of get the consistency you want to go for. So let's pour in a little half and half. You'd probably use whipping cream, or I don't want mine to be too runny, I guess is the word. So let's give that a stir. I'm going to melt this in. I want this to be...
Do you want to put this in?
Not yet, in a second. Let's see how thick it is first. I think I might have to add a little bit more, half and half. I know a lot of people, especially from here, use lots of bell pepper. And I really used to love bell pepper, but I find that, and it's just me, but when I eat it, the skin sticks to the roof of my mouth, and it really bothers me. That's why you see my videos, I don't use it often.
No, I don't like the way it tastes personally.
And Ella doesn't like it. I love to eat the red ones raw, actually, and they have a lot of vitamin C. And they're very pretty, so I wanted to put them in here. I chopped them up really small. This looks so good. Let's go ahead and put some cheese in, Ella, and we're going to go ahead and add the bacon.
How much? Like this much?
Oh, just how cheesy you want it.
Pretty cheesy.
Oh, and by the way, this is cheese that Ella grated herself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably good, baby. This is something different. I'm always looking for different side dishes. I love to experiment. I just wanted to share this with you, and let's throw the bacon in. I mean, it's got to be good, right? You could probably top it with cheese, bake it in the oven, put a crumb topping on top. There's all kind of things you could do. I've always wanted to make cheesy corn. Okay, now we have to turn this off. I'm going to give it a taste test later. And we have to get back to the ribs because our oven is preheated. Ribs. This was 19 minutes. And for a lot of people, this is how they like them. Where they're still intact. Now, you see, I can't pull the bone out. So I like them, I want them a little bit more tender. So I'm going to put my lid back on. And I'm gonna go for, and this is, it might be because I'm using a certain kind of rib too, the back, I think they're back ribs. But I'm gonna put them on for, I believe, 10 more minutes at high pressure, and that should be just perfect. So sometimes you have to just adjust and add a little bit more time, but that's what the Instant Pot's great for. It's so easy. We did a little adjusting to this too. Ella chopped up some pickled jalapenos. It's my favorite brand that I always show you guys, and we chopped them up really small and added that. We put just a pinch of Cajun seasoning, and then to top it off, she added a little bit of the juice from the jar to cut the richness a little bit, and added such a great tang. She's so good with flavors. I mean, she's like killing it today. So this is kind of a cook with me video today because this is all trial for us, but we hope you enjoyed anyway. And anyway, I'm excited to eat the ribs. I'm back to telling you guys that we have all kind of things to say today, but sometimes I'm not quiet. Sometimes I talk a lot, but this is the magazine that I got the corn recipe out of. I have quite a few pages marked out of this one. It's called 122 Must-Have Potluck Ideas. Anyway, I just thought I'd share this with you. I think that this is just right. See, they're really, I needed them really tender today. And these are really tender. And it's up to it's really up to you how tender you want them. These are really tender. Oops. But they're not, you know, falling apart, but they're still gonna be easy to chew and still intact is what I want to say. So now I'm going to take, I'll put some of our barbecue sauce in a jar. So basically I'm just going to take these and I'm going to, where'd I put my tongs? Over there. I'm going to rub barbecue sauce on both sides with a brush, or you could use a spoon, or I'm just going to brush these on both sides. And once I'm done, so you don't have to watch the whole process, I'll show you how much barbecue sauce. We put it on pretty thick. Oh, and by the way, that little rack worked out perfectly in the Instant Pot. So if you need a rack and you have one of those aluminum pans, it works out. We laid it on pretty thick. I'm going to put this in my convection oven. You could also put this under the broiler, and that will work really fast. But I'm going to cook them a little bit in probably about 10 minutes. Anyway, so we'll be back with the final product. Cook for 10 minutes on convection, and that's they look just right. You can put them under the broiler for a stickier glaze, but I think we're gonna go with it just like this. So we're gonna cool a little bit, and then we'll do a taste test. Okay, well, everybody, we're gonna show you the picture of the. I just took the meat off the bone on this one. Now the ones, the thicker part, they look like this. Let me show you. They're still tender, but they're attached to the bone really well. And this is what we did with our extra barbecue sauce, so we'll have it.
Did you show them the pan?
No, I didn't show them the pan, but
there's the pan.
So these are so good. And this is my rice dressing that I had left over from just yesterday. So we're so excited. They came out so well. And we're really happy with them.
These are the best ribs I've ever had, actually.
Ella loves them. They're so good. And the Instant Pot just makes them retain the moisture. And apple juice, we might try that next time. Add a little touch of sweetness. So tender. I mean, just beautiful. So I will definitely be trying these again. I was always a little intimidated by ribs. I don't know why, but because they're really delicious and not that hard to make. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of cook with me crazy video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I would love to have you in our family. But anyway, thanks for watching and have a blessed day. Bye.